What's going on YouTube? BryceCrispy94 here, bringing you another mini painting video. This time, if you didn't tell by the thumbnail, we are doing an Umberhulk. So this Umberhulk has been 3D printed by myself, designed by Epic Miniatures on my mini factory. I'll have the link in the down there to their site. I think I've painted... Trying to think here. I painted a few of their miniatures before. We did the Crate Mimic and the Flying Tiger I know of off the top of my head. I have a few others 3D printed up, but I can't remember if I've painted any more. They do really great work. I like their interpretations. This Umberhulk is what I imagine more so than the 5th edition art, because it's very armored, but still insect-like, and it's just... I don't know, I really liked it. I liked it better than the WizKids miniature. So I was like, yeah, I'd rather 3D print this for my Umberhulk. So what we're going to be doing for this Umberhulk, I have Vallejo Bronze Flesh Tone that we're going to base coat the entire miniature in. And then I am going to take Cobalt Red from Army Painter, also known as Chaotic Red. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to do these more unarmored parts, like this section of the arm here, the back of the leg there, the palms of the hand. And I think that's about it as far as unarmored goes. Let that dry, and then I'm going to cover the whole thing in brown wash from Army Painter, also known as Strong Tone. After the Strong Tone dries for probably about a day, because I don't like to reactivate the washes, I'm going to come in and do a bunch of different dry brushing, and it's going to go, so this leather brown from Vallejo is going to be pretty heavy on the arms and back and legs. Then I'm going to come in with this beastly brown and do more heavy on the lower extremities, or the lower parts of the extremities, and then the backs of the spikes. And then finally I'm going to come in with this dirt splatter brown and do a very light dry brushing all across the miniature, just to give it some elevation on the different layers of brown. These things are just kind of brown. But then I decided to kind of break the mold a little bit and give it some nice Dragonfire red, aka pure red, eyes. And then we're gonna tip the claws and feet, toe claws, whatever you want to call it, with some Army Painter matte black. So yeah, that is enough chit chat from me. Let's get to painting. And we're back. And yes, I did do a little basing. So we had the Yanogu, which I don't actually know if that's been up yet or not. So I'm not going to talk about it. But this is my first basing of this kind. I decided to give it a try. I actually got some summer undergrowth with one of my paint sets. I don't remember which one. And I haven't really used it. And I mean, I barely use it. As you guys can see right there, I used some summer undergrowth. And that was really only because maybe I should add something back. No, I kind of like just like, you know, this thing chilling on the side of a mountain look. Maybe came out of a cave. Oh, there just went our pebble. Might not be super dry yet. Oh well. But the reason this is laying there is actually because when I decided to do the base, I didn't want to do the base with the miniature on it, which in hindsight probably should have just done that. So I read a trick. They're like, oh, just freeze it. So I put the miniature in the freezer, let it get cold. First foot came off perfectly. Second foot broke the toes off. I was just kind of upset. And that could be me and just how I scraped, because the first it did, the super glue cut right through it. So maybe I put too much super glue on that foot, and so I broke it. But I was like, oh, this is actually kind of perfect. It looks kind of like a dead fallen tree branch. I can just lay it across the base of the foot and hide it. But for the stone I did use the natural slate stone from something, I don't know, it's for wargaming. I got it on Amazon for like $5, so it was really cheap. And then again, this summer undergrowth. As far as paint, I ordered the miniature basing kit from Army Painter, so it came with this basing glue. I have seen different ways to make your own glue and stuff like that, so I'll probably end up doing that more in the future once I run out of that, but figured might as well use this until I run out. Then I just grabbed kind of like an old Tupperware, stuck the base in, and yeah, it seemed to work out. So that's my little basing tutorial. I'm not gonna make one because there's a billion out there. I just wanted to do a really basic base for right now, and eventually I might start, you know, priming the base, painting the base, all that stuff. But I like it. It gives that kind of cave mountainy vibe that I was going for with this. And that's one reason I didn't use like the brown rocks and stuff from the paint kit, is because there was too much brown for me already on the miniature. And I thought, oh, like gray rocks, like slate, might stand out more. And I really think it did. I actually really like that mixture of rocks too. So now let's talk about the miniature, you know, the thing that we're actually here to see. I love it. This actually might be my favorite paint job I've ever painted. I used a lot of tips I learned from the Paint Night kit with the browns from the Manticore a couple weeks ago, and basically applied them to this. And I think it turned out super well. I love how the darker brown on the hands turned and the pincers turned out. I ended up doing I was gonna do the claws and stuff in matte black, but then I was like, I think they might look better in like a tannish, so I grabbed some skeleton bone from Army Painter, did all the teeth and the pincers, and then I believe I took the flesh wash, not the brown wash, and went over them. But yeah, really enjoy it. There's just so many different colors of shades of brown. I mean, it looks grimy, it looks dirty. I love how the cobalt red turned out on the fleshy bits. I don't actually know if it's fleshy bits, but the less armored bits, I should say. I just think that turned out perfectly. Again, this was a miniature by Epic Miniatures on my mini factory. They do phenomenal work. This is their Umberhulk, and definitely one of my favorite interpretations of the Umberhulk. I did find out Umberhulks can be purple. That was original Spelljammers, not current Spelljammers thing. The Umberhulk in that was purple, And so now I kind of want to print another and do a purple Umberhulk. But that'll be a while. You can kind of see the browns on the hands too. I really like how this mini turned out. I just caught a little bit of, what is that? Oh, it's just shine. I was like, I think the red eyes glaring, like, can you imagine being in like a pitch dark cave and just seeing these glaring red eyes? Fantastic. So I'm not unhappy with the basing, but I'm not like incredibly happy with it. I think I can do a better job with more practice. But I do think the mini is phenomenal, and I think the base just kind of adds a little touch. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.